Good morning, evening, or night. Wherever you are, welcome to WHAM today. Take a deep breath, clear your mind, and let's drift through the whispers of today's world, one quiet thought at a time. As we wrap up Sunday, 10th August 2025, let's see what stories are unfolding around us. United States. The U.S. is significantly strengthening its defense infrastructure and international alliances. Anduril has joined the ranks as the third U.S. rocket motor supplier, aiming for an annual production of 6,000 units by the close of the following year. The Pentagon has allocated $7.80 billion in missile contracts aimed at fortifying defense capabilities for both the U.S. and its allied partners. The large-scale US Space Force exercise, Resolute Space 25, is currently in progress, focused on rigorous testing and validation of collaborative principles. Congress is working towards removing Chinese seafood from military dining options, addressing concerns regarding Uyghur labor practices. Tensions are evident in military collaboration, as the U.S. has cancelled a joint exercise with South Africa due to a disagreement over weapons. The U.S. and South Korea are jointly planning to modernize their military alliance, escalating actions against China. A U.S. envoy is currently in Moscow. Australia's collaboration with the U.S. military is becoming increasingly robust. The Australian KC-30A has received clearance to refuel USA F-15X, Eagle II, and F-15 Strike Eagle aircraft during operational missions. The U.S. has approved a $404 million C-55EA upgrade package for Australia, enhancing its electronic warfare capabilities. Australia is actively participating in a U.S.-led military exercise, showcasing its dedication to collaborative allied operations. Thailand is strengthening its air defenses by purchasing 4 Saab Gripen fighter jets from Sweden for $774 million. This acquisition builds upon an existing fleet, enhancing Thailand's air power amidst regional tensions, including historical military actions such as the bombing of Cambodian artillery by Thai Gripen fighters. The Gripen deal includes a 100 billion baht offset package intended to create economic opportunities within Thailand. Shifting gears, Thailand's cabinet has also sanctioned modifications to a previously problematic submarine agreement with China, hinting at a possible realignment of defense procurement approaches. Japan is actively strengthening its defense infrastructure and international alliances. The country recently received 3 F-35B Lightning II fighters, enhancing its carrier aviation for the first time since World War II. An F-15 also executed a safe landing after losing a wheel mid-flight, highlighting effective safety protocols. Japan is engaged in joint military exercises, including big deck drills with the US and UK, demonstrating naval interoperability. The British aircraft carrier HMS Prince of Wales received at-sea resupply from the US Navy while heading to Japan. To enhance regional security, Japan, South Korea, and the US have pledged increased security cooperation in the Indo-Pacific area. South Korea is enhancing its military strength through the mass production of active electronically scanned array AESA radar systems developed by Hanwha Systems for its KF-21 fighter jet. This initiative strengthens the nation's defense industry and technological prowess. Continuing the focus on the Korean Peninsula, the United States Air Force, USAF, is increasing its operational capacity in South Korea. This expansion involves the creation of a second F-16 Super Squadron, further solidifying the U.S. military presence in the region. Shifting to India, the Indian Air Force has stated it will not be procuring Thai KF-21 fighter jets from South Korea. This decision clarifies India's strategic priorities in modernizing its air fleet. Spain has opted out of purchasing the US-made F-35 fighter jets, signaling a shift in its defense procurement strategy. The decision leaves the Spanish Navy without a clear successor to its Harrier aircraft and underlines a preference for European-based defense solutions. Turning to the United States, a shooting incident has been reported at Fort Stewart, prompting immediate investigation and security measures. Details surrounding the incident are still emerging as authorities work to ascertain the circumstances and ensure the safety of personnel. Regarding China, key details regarding its nuclear strategy are publicly accessible within the Director of National Intelligence's DANI official documentation. This availability is intended to promote transparency and inform international understanding of China's defense posture. India has greenlit defense acquisitions totaling $7 billion, aimed at strengthening the Army, Navy, and Air Force. The Indian Air Force also claimed it shot down 6 Pakistani military aircraft in May amid escalating tensions. Former CPMP Hassan also alleged disrespect towards religions other than the primary one in Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh after a cloudburst. Russia is now facing increased pressure as the United States tightens sanctions, loopholes targeting its oil trade. These measures are stirring concerns about potential repercussions for global markets and major economies, including China and India. Sudan's relations with the United Arab Emirates have soured after Sudan claimed its military downed a UAE-chartered plane near Naila. The Sudanese military alleged the aircraft carried Colombian mercenaries. The Sudanese Air Force carried out the airstrike, with state TV announcing the plane's destruction. The United Arab Emirates has denied these claims, stating the destroyed plane was not Emirati and did not carry mercenaries. The incident has amplified worries about foreign interference and increasing instability in the region. Indonesia recently showcased its military modernization with the arrival of its first Rafale fighter jet in France. Tragically, aviation safety concerns arose after a plane crash within Indonesia claimed the life of an Air Force general. In related news, Indonesia and Singapore are exploring enhanced defense cooperation, including potential joint development of military training facilities, as revealed by Singaporean Minister Chan Chun Sing. United Kingdom. The UK's military cooperation with Japan was highlighted when a UK F-35B fighter jet made an emergency landing in Japan following joint operations with the Japanese ship JS Kaga and the arrival of Japan's first F-35 jets. These joint operations are part of ongoing efforts by the UK Carrier Strike Group to enhance military ties. Simultaneously, a major UK airport is facing potential disruptions, including a possible shutdown that could ground all flights, causing major air travel chaos. In other news, the UK is reportedly using a US contractor to conduct spy flights over Gaza, sparking ethical debates. Israel is facing heightened regional tensions after a clandestine attack on Iranian soil on June 13. The operation was allegedly conducted by Iranian dissidents recruited by Mossad. In response to the Israeli action, Hezbollah in Lebanon has issued a stern warning. They threaten to renew attacks on Israel if Israel escalates its military activities in Lebanon. The situation in Gaza remains dire, with dozens killed while attempting to receive aid. This incident has occurred as Israel considers further military actions, deepening the already severe humanitarian crisis in the region. China's nuclear arsenal expansion continues, prompting debate about the scale and purpose of the buildup. This expansion unfolds alongside ongoing analysis of the People's Liberation Army's capabilities, including comparisons of its J-20 Mighty Dragon fighter jet to advanced Western designs like the Tempest. Industrial actions such as a strike at a fighter jet manufacturing plant have also been noted, with simultaneous strategic maneuvering related to China's dominance in rare earth element production. Turning to the United States, the U.S. Army has awarded a significant information technology contract to modernize its infrastructure. At the same time, the Department of Homeland Security has deployed troops to unspecified locations, raising questions about the nature and purpose of these deployments. Colombia is strengthening its military ties with the U.S. through the Relámpago de los Andes exercise featuring U.S. Air Force F-16s. To improve firefighting abilities, Colombia has ordered 2 Firehawk conversions from United Rotorcraft. In a significant investment in its defense capabilities, the country is acquiring $1 billion worth of weapons from Israel. Despite this arms purchase, Colombia has banned Israeli firms from participating in the Expo Defensa 2023 Defense Expo, suggesting potential tensions in the bilateral relationship. Thailand is solidifying its air force with the purchase of additional Saab Gripen Gripen fighter jets from Sweden. The Royal Thai Air Force has confirmed acquiring the first 4 new JA-39 Gripen EF fighter jets, strengthening Thailand's air defense capabilities. Okay, I'm ready. Please provide the news articles. Pegasus Airlines aligned itself with major carriers like United, Singapore Airlines, Lufthansa, and EVA Air by banning portable power banks on flights, a move prioritizing passenger safety. Singapore celebrated its 60th anniversary with large-scale festivities at the Padang and Marina Bay, marking a significant moment in the nation's journey. United States military is prioritizing Arctic security by equipping its forces for operations in the region, citing increasing strategic competition. Simultaneously, a report highlighted the annual production output of military jets, indicating the nation's strong defense manufacturing capacity. Turning to Canada, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced new funding initiatives to support sustainable development projects in the Arctic territories. These investments aim to address climate change impacts and improve infrastructure for remote communities. The Canadian government also unveiled updated guidelines for resource extraction projects in the north, emphasizing environmental protection and Indigenous consultation. Across the Atlantic, France is grappling with ongoing debates over pension reforms as unions stage protests against the government's proposed changes. President Emmanuel Macron defended the reforms as necessary to ensure the long-term sustainability of the pension system. France is also working with European partners to address energy security concerns amid geopolitical tensions. Meanwhile, in Germany, Chancellor Olaf Scholz outlined plans to boost renewable energy production and reduce reliance on fossil fuels. The government is investing heavily in wind and solar power projects as part of its climate action agenda. Germany is also navigating complex discussions regarding defense spending commitments within NATO. Shifting to China, the government released new economic data showing a slowdown in growth, prompting discussions about potential stimulus measures. Trade tensions with the United States remain a key concern, as both countries engage in ongoing negotiations. China is also continuing its efforts to modernize its military capabilities. Argentina's President Milei has vetoed a pension boost approved by Congress, citing fiscal constraints amid the nation's economic challenges. Turning to Canada, the potential procurement of the F-47 Angad stealth fighter may be necessary to maintain its air defense capabilities, indicating a possible future acquisition. In the concerning cybersecurity development, state-affiliated hackers from China, Russia, and North Korea are reportedly attempting to insert vulnerabilities into open-source software. Ethiopia's security institutions are undergoing reform efforts, paving the way for the development of institutions tailored to the nation's specific needs, according to mint.gov.au. In Lebanon, an explosion in southern Lebanon has resulted in the deaths of 6 soldiers, worsening already existing security concerns. Preparations for the August 7 summit are underway in Malaysia, with GBC Secretariat meetings fostering international collaboration. Focusing on Qatar, Democrats are urging the Air Force to provide detailed information regarding the funding of jets for Qatar, raising concerns about transparency. In the Republic of Korea, Anduril is partnering with Korean Air on US and expanding its presence in South Korea with the establishment of an office in Seoul. Donald Trump has imposed a 39% tariff on imports from Switzerland, a surprising move given Switzerland's role in gold refining, which skews trade data rather than flooding the US with inexpensive goods. The United Kingdom and Japan will participate in a new wargame exercise involving the F-35B taking off and landing on British and Japanese warships, improving Allied interoperability. In the United States, a U.S. Air Force B-1B Lancer arrived in Norway as part of Bomber Task Force Europe, strengthening military presence in the region. U.S. Marines and airmen are delivering essential supplies during disaster relief efforts in the Philippines as part of AMA-FD 25.3. Senator Tuberville addressed a shooting at Fort Stewart Military Base in Georgia, underscoring concerns about safety. Finally, an investigation has been launched in Cuba following the Army's R-34 million luxury trip to Cuba, prompting scrutiny and calls for accountability. And that's a wrap for today's news, because even headlines need a nap. Stay curious, stay kind, and let the noise fade as you find your quiet. Take care, stay awesome, and I'll see you next time on WHAM Today.